So the iPhone 7, one of the more interesting phones Apple has ever made, in my opinion, kind of got done a little dirty last year if you ask me. I feel like the iPhone 7 could have easily supported iOS 16 back in, basically last year. So Apple discontinued the iPhone 7 in 2022, and I was shocked. I personally felt like Apple kind of did the wrong thing. I feel like the iPhone 7 could have easily gotten iOS 16, and now after looking at what iOS 17 basically brought to the table, I feel the exact same way with iOS 17. The iPhone 7, in my opinion, could have easily supported iOS 17, considering that it wasn't a massive rehaul or a massive big change coming from iOS 16. Now, I want to state for the record, iOS 17 does bring a lot of changes. There are so many small minor changes and even some kind of decent sized ones, but there's not a big one where I'm looking at it and I'm like, wow, this is the reason why I would pretty much upgrade to iOS 17. I feel like this is a upgrade where I'm like kind of in a mixed bag kind of thing. Also, they dropped support of the iPhone 10, 8, and 8 Plus, which is even crazier. But with something like the iPhone 7, this is an iPhone, right, that got some major improvements and major redesigns throughout time. I think it started off with iOS 10, iOS 12, and iOS 11 actually. iOS 11 was actually a pretty big upgrade. iOS 14 was actually a pretty big upgrade. And I feel like the iPhone 7 could have gotten iOS 16, considering that it could have handled, the update like the iOS, 14 update, which, kind of needed a lot of power to run since we had a lot of widgets and a lot of moving parts with that specific thing. But with iOS 16, we had the customized lock screen. That was one thing where I was looking to myself and I was like, wow, that's actually a really big change. The ability of sending and unsending iMessages, the ability of editing sent iMessages, that was another massive change as well. But I look at something like with iOS 17, and I feel like there's a lot of good quality of life improvements, like the ability of, the personalized contact photos, or seeing voicemails in real time, or leaving a voicemail FaceTime video thing. Like, those things are cool, but there's not a reason why Apple should, drop the iPhone 10 and iPhone 8 and 8 Plus. And honestly, the iPhone 7, because of its power and because of the capability it already had, even on iOS 15, could have probably gotten iOS 17. There's not anything on that requires that much power or that much GPU processing or anything like that for that iPhone to not have gotten that update. So personally for me, when I look at something like the iPhone 7, I truly do feel like this iPhone could have gotten iOS 17. And basically the main reason why it didn't get iOS 17 maybe was because of some politics going on behind the scenes. At least in my opinion, that's what I think. And maybe they just wanted to drop these iPhones so people would upgrade iPhones, who knows. But it is kind of weird that iPhone even ended off with iOS 15 when it easily could have gotten iOS 16 and probably could have gotten iOS 17 as well. So in terms of that kind of covers it up there. If you have any other thoughts or questions, let me know in the comment section below. Hit the like button, that would mean so much, but definitely hit that subscribe button. More importantly than everything else, I love every single one of you guys. Hopefully I'll catch you guys in the next video. Peace out till then.